You've been in the wheelchair since 2021.
Yes, ma'am.
So when this happened, you were in a wheelchair. Calling
Yes,
2021 CR 10593, State of Texas versus Juan Montemayor. We're going to have parties announced for the record.
Michael Hillary, Alfred State.
William Davidson, Juan Montemayor.
We're here today for sentencing. The defendant entered a plea of no contest on March 28th and filed for an application for deferred adjudication. According to the plea bargaining agreement, punishment is to be assessed at 6 years in the prison. There's a $1,500 fine, and the state is remaining silent on your application. And there's Chapter 62 compliance and no contact with the complainant. Have both parties had a chance to review the PSI report?
The state has, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor.
Any objections to the PSI report? State?
None. I'm sorry.
No, Your Honor.
Defense?
None.
All right, the state is silent, so the defense, you may proceed.
Your Honor, I have 3 letters which I've already shown to the state and I've coached.
Yes. Any objections, state?
No, Your Honor. We've, Mr. Davidson previously provided them to us and have been able to review them and see us.
Thank you, Mr. Davidson. All right, I've read them, Mr. Davidson.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
I do have 3 witnesses to provide very brief character testimony.
All right. If you'll call your first witness.
Yes, Your Honor.
Hello. If you could raise your right hand for me, please. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
All right, you can lower your hand, and I'm gonna need you to keep your voice up for me if you can. All right, if you can state your name for the record.
Ramona Salinas.
Vince?
Yes, Your Honor. Ramona, how do you know Mr. Montemayor?
He is my first cousin
And how long have you known him?
of my life.
And during this time that you've known him, has he ever been abusive to you?
Never.
Okay. And do you know whether or not he's ever gotten in trouble with the law?
Yes.
And what do you know about that?
Childhood years, he was young too, drug related.
Okay. Okay. And as far as people you know, and I'm not talking about the person in this case at all, but anybody else that you know, has my client been disrespectful around them? And,
Not that I know.
pass it with Sean.
State has no questions.
All right, thank you for coming in. You may call your next witness. You can take a seat.
Thank you. Sandra Dwanda.
Say the last name again.
If you could raise your right hand for me, please. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
All right, you can lower your hand. State your name for the record, please.
Sandra Galindo.
All right, defense?
Ms. Glenda, I'm not going to ask you any questions about this particular case. I'm just going to ask you some other questions. What is your relation to Juan?
I'm his baby sister.
Okay. And so, did you grow up with him?
Yes.
And during this time that you did grow up with him, how did he treat you?
Good. He treated me just fine.
What do you mean by that?
Excuse me?
What do you mean by good?
Well, he raised me since my father divorced my mom.
Okay. And as far as any kind of previous criminal convictions or anything like that, do you know anything about that with respect to him?
Well, I was like 13 when that happened, but I did
Okay. You know what it was related to?
drugs.
Okay. And is there anything you have that you would like to tell the judge about my client, but not talk about this case?
Well, yes, he was like a father figure to us. So he was more than the father because he was a brother too. And he never did anything to me in any way to mistreat me in any way.
Thank you. Pass the witness.
I have no questions.
All right, thank you. Thank you for coming. You can call your next witness.
Ray Salinas. Or is it Roy Salinas? Is it Roy?
Can you raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God? All right, you can lower your hand, and I'm going to need for you to speak up so that the court reporter and so that I can hear you. Could you state your name for the record?
as a Roy Salinas.
All right, thank you. Defense?
How do you know Juan Montemayor?
He's from all first president of the local.
Okay, speak up so the court person can hear you. In fact, turn toward her a little bit.
My mother's first cousin.
Did you know him a long period of time?
I've known him from childhood.
Okay. During that time, has he treated you respectfully?
Never.
He's never treated you
Oh,
respectfully?
yes. I'm sorry.
That's okay. I know you're a little bit nervous, but make sure you just listen to the question, okay?
Yes. That was a little bit funny, but, if this judge were to put my client on probation, and she can do that if she wants to, you think that he would do what he's told to do? In other words, if he were told to stay home on a GPS, if he were told to pay prices for being on probation, things like that, do you believe he would do it?
Absolutely.
And do you have anything else that you would like to add to help this judge make a decision, not relating to this particular case, but just to his character in general?
Yes, I don't know in childhood. He's always respected me. My family, my sister, my mother has been very respectful.
That's all I have, Your Honor.
Oh, thank you. All right, do you have any further witnesses?
None, Your Honor.
All right, then the court will hear argument. As I stated, the state is silent.
Okay. Your Honor, my client stands before this court and he stands in sorrow for whatever, what he did in this particular case. He spent a good 22 years of his life, from what I understand, in federal custody on a drug case some years ago. His present health is not good, to say the least. He's had a number of strokes, and some of these family members have told me he's got dementia, but I don't, I'm not a doctor, I can't testify to that. He's asking this court for some sort of deferred adjudication. He's 74 years old. If he gets deferred, he's going to be on a GPS, I know, and so he could be put away at any time if he were to violate that in any way.
All right, so did your client have this condition in 2021? As far as the medical issues?
All of your medical issues, did they exist back in 2021?
Yes.
Including being in the wheelchair?
Yes. Oh, yes. I've been like this. I've been like this since 19.
All right, let me have you raise your right hand. And that's the only question I'm going to ask you. And you've waived your right to remain silent by entering this plea. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
All right, you can lower your hand. Could you state your name, please?
Juan Jose Montemayor.
All right, so you've been in the wheelchair since 2021.
Yes, ma'am.
So when this happened, you were in a wheelchair.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, and you've had these medical conditions in 2021.
Yes.
And when this happened, you had those medical conditions?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right, I don't have any other questions.
I just wanted to add this, Your Honor, since you did ask about
Right away, this sentencing hearing takes an interesting turn. The defense is asking for deferred adjudication, a form of probation that could keep a conviction off the defendant's record if successfully completed. But notice the catch. The plea agreement already includes 6 years in prison. The judge now has to decide whether this 74-year-old defendant deserves one last chance or whether prison is
Your Honor,
unavoidable.
since you did ask about the wheelchair, from what I understand, he was shot in the back and it was some sort of,
1978.
it says 1978.
In
That's all I have, Your Honor.
All right. All right, the court is going to deny the application, find you guilty, sentence you to 6 years in prison, give you credit for any time served. There's a $1,500 fine, time and money to run concurrent. There's Chapter 62 compliance, and there's to be no contact with the complainant. I'm going to show you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you understand that?
case.
Yes. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you electronically sign it? All right, because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand? All right. Is there any victim impact?
No, Judge.
All right, thank you. Thank you, Mr. Davidson. Calling 2021 CR 0392, State of Texas versus Adam Isaac Gonzalez. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Brian Grimmer for the state of Texas.
Monica Guerrero for Mr. Adam Gonzalez, and he's present as well. We're ready.
All right. And are you Mr. Gonzalez? All right, you entered a plea on March 28th of no contest. The state waived the enhancement without objection. You applied for deferred adjudication. According to the plea bargain agreement, punishments to be assessed at a cap of 7 years in the prison. There's an affirmative finding of deadly weapon. The state is opposed to your application for deferred adjudication. And there's restitution and no contact orders as a part of your agreement. Have both parties had a chance to review the PSI report state?
Yes, Judge.
Defense?
Yes, Your Honor.
Any objections to the PSI report state?
None.
Defense?
No, Your Honor.
All right, state, do you have any witnesses?
No, Judge. Just argument.
Defense, any witnesses?
No, Your Honor, just argument.
All right, then, state, you're opposed?
Yes, Judge. We would be opposed to his application for deferred, Judge. As you're well aware, you've read the steps in this particular case, Judge. This is a small food mart in an area of town that they provide services to the public there. Mr. Gonzalez took it upon himself to go in there with a handgun to a place that he lives right next to and place the person who worked there, who was working for a living, under fear while he stole approximately $3,000 from him. Judge, the store clerk identified Mr. Gonzalez because he recognizes him and his brother from the neighborhood, and Mr. Gonzalez was found nearby. He has criminal history dating back to the mid-1990s. He has a gang affiliation. I think in this case, Judge, he deserves to go to prison. I don't think that deferred adjudication would be appropriate in this case. He takes no responsibility for what happened that day. He takes no responsibility for any drug issues he has. We believe it's a prison case that he deserves to go to prison on.
All right, defense?
On behalf of my client, Judge, if the court will note in the PSI that his last any type of criminal activity or any type of intervention hasn't been part of his life since the latest was 2008, and that was a misdemeanor, and 1994 for felonies when he was super young, and was revoked, which would be now state jail felonies, to 10 years in prison. He's tried to maintain sobriety. He hasn't used drugs in a long time. He hasn't had any drinks. And he's trying to help his mother, who is now elderly. He has a child that's 6 years old. He hasn't been able to work regularly because he's on full GPS. So he hasn't been able to get money to pay his child support, which he's in arrears for. He would like the opportunity to show the court that he can complete deferred adjudication, that his life has changed since the 90s. And his mom needs him. She would have been here, but she has disabilities and she's working at a prenatal shop. So she couldn't just leave to come here. She does want him home. He hasn't had any violations while he's been on GPS, and it's been nearly 2 years. So we're asking that the court gives him a chance to be on this deferred adjudication, Judge.
All right. Is there anything you wish to say, Mr. Gonzalez?
No, ma'am.
Court's going to deny the application. There's punishment is to be assessed at a cap of 7 years. The court is finding you guilty. Would parties like to speak to the cap?
Yes, Your Honor. Well, I guess the state gets to go first.
We believe 7 is appropriate, Judge. His conduct is escalating. This is the most serious offense he has. We believe 7 years is appropriate. He was facing up to life in prison on this case. The plea agreement already reduced his exposure all the way down to 7. We believe 7 is appropriate.
Right.
And Judge, we're asking for the minimum. This was a case that he felt was very tribal, and he's indicated to me that it may be somebody else in the family that was not him. However, we understood that he was going to come in and accept responsibility, and we're asking for the minimum.
All right, the court is going to follow your agreement, sentence you to 7 years in the prison. There's an affirmative finding of deadly weapon. Does anyone want to speak to restitution? I have a restitution amount in here of $3,000. That's what was agreed to. So restitution of $3,000 to La Tienda, TIENDA Food Mart. No contact with Tharun, THARUN, Kandada, KANDADA, or La Tienda Food Mart at 627 Couples. I'm going to show you a document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it?
She's asking if he's done with these ones. Tell me what you want to do.
Yes, did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it? It's a trial court certification of defendant's rights to appeal. Your signature is here.
Yeah.
All right, because this is a plea bargaining agreement, because I followed your plea bargaining agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what the definition of a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to your attorney. Do you understand?
Yeah.
All right. Yes.
Is there any way that I can just take it to trial?
All right, Mr. Gonzalez,
Yes, ma'am.
you entered into a plea bargain agreement, and according to that plea bargain agreement, your punishment was to be assessed at cap of 7 years. I followed your plea bargain agreement. So you're going to prison for 7 years. You've been found guilty. You're given credit for any time served. Do you understand?
Right.
All right, good luck to you.